ways, James Harden going hard in the paint. 36 in the game, leading the Houston Rockets to a Game 1 victory against the Los Angeles Lakers. And what's good, NBA fans? You're now rocking with the best. Welcome in to Studio B. Ro Parrish here, and you know exactly what it is. Playoff Central Live, all brought to you by AT&T 5G. And, of course, I got my champions with me. Brendan Haywood and the Hall of Famer Isiah Thomas. Zeke, I'm going to give you the first word on this one. We saw what happened with these Lakers. We know that they have AD. We know that they have LeBron. You can make the argument, top 5 players in the league, but Russ, James Harden, and the entire Houston Rockets, they came out and they hit him with the haymaker.
Not only did they hit him with the haymaker offensively, but they also hit him with the haymaker defensively. I thought defensively they were very solid the whole game. And offensively, they give the Lakers problems because Harden, the things that he does offensively, definitely creates double teams. But here you see Tucker guarding James, not going for any of the fakes, hand fakes, foot fakes. I mean, everything is contested. And even though the Lakers have size, what the Rockets are able to do is pack the paint, all eyes on James, not a lot of movement. James looking for penetration. Tucker got good leverage, good balance down below, so LeBron really can't back him down. And again, Tucker pushes Davis out into that mid-range area. Now, we know Davis is tough in the mid-range, but look at the lack of movement. Look at the condensed, packed in the paint, foot fakes by Gordon on the weak side, contested blockouts. I mean, I thought the Rockets were solid. They're talking, and good teams talk on defense. Not only do they talk, but they look to help. Gordon helps there, coming from the weak side on the steal. James forces the spin. I thought the 2 defensive plays that Harden made and Westbrook made in the OKC series at the end of Game 7 has carried over into Game 1. And I do think the Rockets are going to continue to play well defensively, and offensively the Lakers have a problem.
Interesting right there. And if you look at the numbers defensively, Houston is the #1 ranked defense as far as defensive rating goes in the playoffs, which, just blows my mind right now.
Who would have thought?
Who knew?
2020 is a weird year, buddy. I tell you what.
It is weird indeed. But before the game, we're talking about, obviously, LeBron and AD. And if the average person looks at the stat sheet, they see LeBron has 20. They see AD has 25 and 14. Oh, well, they must have played good. B. Wood, what was your assessment on how the Lakers' 2 superstars came out in this game?
Well, I think the Lakers superstars played well. I just think the Rockets superstars played better. In the first half, it was all about James Harden. He really came out and gave this team what they needed. He gave them a lot of energy. And Russ was his regular self, and he was attacking the basket, doing what he had to do. But look, this is James Harden one-on-one with LeBron James. That's not great effort there by LeBron James. But as soon as Harden goes by and gets to the cup, shows the floater, comes off again, you can't leave him from 3. You know what he does out there. James got the cooking. And then James playing defense, Zeke. Yes, you just talked about it. And finished it off with the facial in the King's face. Disrespect. We've seen LeBron James get that chase down block so many times, and James Harden threw it down with authority. So when you look at this Rockets team, they followed their leader. James Harden came out with incredible energy, hitting shots, taking the ball to the basket, and playing defensively better than we've ever seen him play. And the Rockets rode that wave.
They rode that wave indeed to get the victory. Right after the game, we caught up with one of the players that was on that wave, Eric Gordon. Fresh off the victory, the Houston Rockets take Game 1 against the Lakers. The man of the hour right here on your screen, Mr. Gordon, 23 points in the game, knocking down 3 threes, getting this victory, coming off that excruciating 7-game series against the Oklahoma City Thunder. How does this victory feel?
Well, it's a good start. We know we have a long way to go, and we know that the Lakers are going to make some adjustments. So we are too, and all we got to do is just be consistent.
Eric, speaking of being consistent, you've had some ups and downs from the offensive standpoint, but you look very good tonight. Was there anything in particular that you focused on against the Lakers? Was it just a great player getting his groove back? What? Because you look a lot more confident offensively.
Well, I've always been confident. The only thing in the first series is I didn't knock down as many threes as I wanted to, but I still got to the basket, got to the free throw line, and I was scoring, but I just wasn't knocking down as many threes. And as long as I just continue to play my game and I get the opportunities to get in the ball, I'm going to always continue to be aggressive.
Eric, Isiah here. Wanted to ask you about your team defense right now. I mean, it just seems that it's picked up, and not only has it picked up, but it's picked up dramatically. What has been the change, and what has focused you guys on defense?
Well, yeah, when things get real, I think we take things more personal. During the season, it looks like we're more of an offensive team, but when things get real, which is the playoffs, and each game we taking it serious, and I think we understand each possession really counts.
Every possession indeed does count. Eric, congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Eric.
His head coach is Mike D'Antoni. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Coach.
What's up, Kelly?
How much of tonight was just you guys sticking to the game plan throughout the game?
No, we definitely executed really well. I thought the first half, especially the first quarter, we had a few lapses that we could have done a little bit better. But second half, defense was right on point. Made them work for every shot, every point, and that's what we want to do if we can keep them out of transition. We turned it over a few times, too many, but didn't kill us.
Brian Smith.
Mike, it wasn't just the scoring for James in the first half, especially in the first quarter. He was deflecting balls down low, playing almost center position for you guys. How much did his intensity offensively and defensively set the tone for you guys tonight?
It always does. His defense has been really good all year, and now even in the bubble, it's been even better. And he sets the tone when he's like that. I can't, I've talked about him so much that how good he is that, it's just like, just another normal game for him, which is probably, you can't get much better than that.
Adam Spolin.
Mike, when James went to the bench at the end of the third quarter, how was that group that was on the floor without him able to grow the lead the way they did?
Well, Eric won. Had a matchup that we liked, and he took advantage of it. So he was playing. Russell hits a 3, hits a 2. His constant attack. I thought Austin played well. Just we had a lot of guys contribute. On defensive end, everybody played well. So as third quarter we didn't hit many shots, but the fourth quarter, right in that period, we hit about 3 or 4 shots and broke it open.
Mark Berman.
Mike, how do you, 48 hours ago, you were in a very tough Game 7. The Lakers been off for 6 days. How do y'all turn that around and do what you did in a game like this, win by double digits?
Well, I just think, one, we have the mentality of, so what? We got by the first round, so what? What's next? And we didn't celebrate getting by the first round. That's not what we're here for. So that's one. Two, we're playing every other day, so they're kind of used to that. Probably hurt the Lakers more being off 7 days or how long they were off. So they're a little rusty. I expect them to play better as the series goes on. So we have to, every game is a new story, and we're going to start from the beginning 2 days from now.
Jonathan Fagan.
Well, you've talked a lot, especially since the playoffs started, about fight and heart. How much do you guys just like sort of the challenge of Anthony Davis posting up or fighting inside, or LeBron being LeBron? Do you guys almost like standing up to all of that?
I don't know if I like it or not. You'd have to ask them, but they do a great job of responding, taking the challenge, because it is a challenge. You're talking about, LeBron or Anthony Davis, 2 of the best players in the league. So they take that challenge. PJ's taken the challenge all his life. That's why he's in the NBA. Eric Gordon is just a super defender, big or little, and so is PJ. So, and Covington's blocking shots. There's a lot of guys contributing, and they're just taking the challenge. I don't know if they like it or not, but that's the job that needs to be done.
Thank you.
Tim McMahon.
Mike, what do you like best about what you're seeing from your defense right now?
Just attention to detail. you mess up once, don't mess up twice the same play. We had we never string two mistakes of the same thing together. So that just means they're talking it out and concentrating, and that's probably the best. And then individually, we have some good defenders, and that's what it takes to make a great defense. The players start it and finish it, and they're doing a heck of a job.
Dan Wilkie.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Sam.
You talked about your team. They use the word small a lot, but you mentioned before the game, I mean, Eric is a big guy for his size.
Yeah.
PJ is a big guy. Covington can protect at the rim. Is that a little bit of a misnomer? Small, is it more short?
Stout. I mean, I'd have to look. We're just, I don't know. There's just not that many plays that are above the rim. Most of it's on the floor or position or loose balls or, I don't know how many times you have to be above the rim. Every once in a while they're above the rim, great. But if we can control everything below the rim, I'll take that. And all of our guys can almost touch the rim, so it's not that small. So almost.
Mark Medina.
Hey, Mark.
You guys doubled down very deadline. You guys.
Double down, yeah.
Yeah. What was the key that the buy-in with that, and also turning that into a real?
Just watching the team play in the first, 6 months, 4 months, whatever it was, and understanding that we weren't efficient enough, and there's no way we were going to be able to compete for a championship. Which no use playing if you can't compete for a championship. So we had to figure out, and Daryl does a great job of looking at the analytics and knowing that our little guys can guard bigs, and so why not do it? We just kept discussing it and looked at it, and I think getting Covington was the key. And it took a long time to get him. We just thought we have a very unique team that can be different from everybody else. Now, whether it's good enough, we'll see. We got, it's not even close to being, that's a long ways, but we can compete. And if we can compete, then get a little lucky, we'll see.
Simone Ali.
Mike.